Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Y'all, make sure you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you have not, make sure you subscribe to my channel.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like corduroy, you wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
Okay, y'all, so this video is long overdue. I've been wanting to do this video for a couple weeks, but I finally found time, y'all. I've been so busy just handling so much business lately. Like, it's just been so much going on. But so if you read the title, then you know what this video is about. Yes, I was approved for a $200,000 home loan. Yay! Well, it was actually like 220. But yes, let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so hey, my name is Latoya. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, today I wanted to share, it's kind of like good news, but I also have some bad news too that I want to share in this video. I also wanted to try to share some tips that I learned like along this process of the home buying experience that I want to share with y'all. Some things that I think I already knew, but like I know for sure now. So for starters, y'all, I finally got all my ducks in a row and I applied for me a home loan. It honestly did not take that long. It only took from the time that I applied to the time that I got my approval was only like 2 or 3 weeks, but that's because I already had all my paperwork in order. So let me get into the good news. The good news is that yes, I got approved for a mortgage, right? The bad news is the fact that it's only for $220,000. Now, if this had been 5 years ago, or yeah, maybe like 5 to 8 years ago, then I would be good. Like I would be home free. But this is 2025, and unfortunately, $220,000 is not a lot of money, especially for a house. Y'all know I got 4 kids, so the house that I'm looking for has to be at least a 4-bedroom. I was going to settle for a 3-bedroom with a basement, but in Georgia, like literally nobody is building basements in Georgia. It's almost impossible to find a house with a basement in Georgia. I was looking at maybe doing like a townhouse, because y'all know townhouses typically have like a basement situation. But even that was like me settling for less, because I don't want a townhouse. Like I wanted an actual house. So that's the bad news, y'all. So even though I got approved, I'm still limited on what I can buy. I've been searching. I even went outside of Georgia. I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to move. I'm like, I'll just move to a different state if I have to. But when I tell y'all $220 in this market is just simply not enough for what I'm looking for, y'all, I am so sad. I just feel like I worked so hard, but I almost feel like I'm a day late and a dollar short. Like if I would have came with this same energy and credit score and income and tax returns 5 years ago, then I would be good. Like I know so many people who have mortgages that are less than $200,000 and they're nice houses, but that's just not what it is anymore. I really wanted a new construction home, and the cheapest new construction home that I was able to find is like $230,000. And even with that, that's a 3-bedroom. It's not a 4. Like literally all the 4-bedrooms are, the bare minimum is like $250,000. And I know it's like, oh, that's only a $20,000 difference, but that's a big difference, because I would have to come up with the difference. I would have to come up with the difference of the $20,000. So I'm just like, it's like on one hand I was excited, but now on the other hand it's just like I'm back at the drawing board, y'all. So I wanted to come share this with y'all for people that are interested in the home buying process. I wanted to give y'all some of the steps that I took to get approved. So first of all, I started this process 2 years ago. Y'all might remember when I was talking about buying a house, I actually had applied through the Georgia Dream program, and I applied through the Georgia Dream program again this time. But last time, I'm trying to think what the issue was. I think that was the same issue last time. They actually approved me for, I think, 200,000 last time. But even 2 years ago, the market, it's just like everything is so expensive. So, but anyway, so here's what I did. So 2 years ago, I filed bankruptcy. If you are struggling with debt, if you feel like you are underwater, you got too many bills and not enough income, just file bankruptcy. Just file bankruptcy. If it's been 7 years since you filed, or if you've never filed, girl, or whoever is watching this, go ahead and file your little bankruptcy, especially if you don't have a house. If all you have is credit card bills, maybe a car note, just different minor bills, go ahead and file you a bankruptcy. Get a clean, fresh start, because that's what I did. Now, the reason I filed the bankruptcy is because it's a long story. I'm not going to get into that. But like, if you have a garnishment, it's a lot of reasons why people might file a bankruptcy. Like, if you're going to get your paychecks garnished, you might want to file. Just whatever the case could be. Just really quick, in my situation, y'all know my car had got stolen 2 years ago. And at the time, I did not have full coverage insurance. Now, I had liability, but I didn't have full coverage. The girl was just out here, not handling her business really the way I was supposed to. I was cutting corners. I was trying to save a couple dollars by not having full coverage insurance, and it ended up biting me in the end. So when the car got stolen, I ended up having to file a bankruptcy because I wasn't finna pay for a car note for a car that I did not have. And then y'all know, subsequently, I did get the car back. But even then, the car was still damaged. And it was just like, I'm not finna ride around in a car that got stolen and now I'm getting it back a month later. Like, no. And plus, I think I had already started the bankruptcy process. So I was just like, nah, y'all can have the car. Like, I just gave the car back in the bankruptcy and got me a new car. So that would be my first thing, is to just get you a clean, fresh start. Like, if your credit is struggling or if you're just in debt, file bankruptcy. Just start over. But before you file bankruptcy, I want to say this because this is important too. You need to make sure you have enough income. Like, if you're not really making enough money to afford a house, if you can't afford $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 a month, then honestly, maybe a house is just not for you. And that's partly what my situation is. I'm not trying to be house poor. That's my thing. And so even though I am approved for the home loan, I'm not interested really in jumping into that mortgage because I'm not trying to be spending all my money on a house. So another thing is, make sure you have your income. You need to have revenue, money coming in. Like, it's no point to lie your way into a mortgage just to say you got a house, but now you can't even afford to pay for it. Like, that does not even make sense. And I refuse to put myself in that situation just to be like, oh, I got a house. I'm not finna do that. So before you even file bankruptcy, make sure you have income. I mean, if you don't have income, that's even a better way to file bankruptcy, because they'll see like, oh, okay, she's not making no money. That's why you're filing bankruptcy. But immediately after you file a bankruptcy, you need to get your finances in order. And the way to do that is to figure out a way to make some money. Like, I don't know if you need to go get a 9-to-5, get a second job, ask for a raise, start a side hustle, but you need income. Because I've been looking at so many people making videos about how they got a house, but they cannot afford it. They are over their head. And these are people that bought recently, not the people that bought 8 years ago. They good because their mortgages is under $1,000. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these new mortgage loans for people who barely making it, but just wanted a house so bad and was able to get approved. So now you done jumped into this mortgage that you can't afford for real. And it's taking all your money because you don't really have money coming in like that. Like, you got some money, but it's not enough. Right? Get your money up. First of all, file the bankruptcy, then get your money up. After that, you need to clean up your credit. That's what I had to do. Because, like, even though you filed a bankruptcy, a lot of that stuff sometimes it still shows up on Experian, TransUnion, the closed accounts. Even though they're closed from the bankruptcy, they're still on there. And just clean up your credit. Like, make sure you don't have a whole bunch of unnecessary addresses. Just like look at your credit report and make sure that it's accurate, that it's clean, that it's, it looks presentable, to somebody trying to give you a loan. Also, this is the biggest thing. So when it comes to the mortgage, right? The main thing they look at is the debt to income ratio. And when they talk about debt, the only thing that they really consider is a car note, student loans, and credit cards. Now, they also do include like Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna, all them little Afterpay little payments that you might have. If you got 5 or 6 of them, they do include those. Those do count. So if you making $150, almost $200 worth of monthly payments in Afterpays, you need to stop, or you need to hurry up and get them paid down and stop applying for Afterpays, because they do include that. But for me, my car note was the biggest debt that I have. And so I would suggest, after you file your bankruptcy, if you can, just either buy a car for cash or make sure your car note is really, really low. Because it don't matter like how much you owe on the car. It just matters how much your monthly payment is. So if you bought a $40,000 car, whatever, but if the payment is only $300 a month, then that's not bad. But if you got a $700 a month car note payment, that's gonna hurt you a little bit, because it's like, oh, you got this big bill for your car. Also, make a budget, stick to your budget for them 2 years, because the thing is, after you file your bankruptcy, you can't even get a home loan for 2 years. So that two years after you file your bankruptcy, I'm telling you, if you like buckle down, get your stuff in order, don't keep applying for new credit, don't apply for nothing else, because remember, you just filed bankruptcy, you just wiped out all of your debt. Why would you turn around and get into more debt, getting more credit cards, running up your credit cards? Now, yes, getting a credit card is good to start building your credit back, but you got to be smart with it, and you need to pay off the balance each month. Like, you have to make a budget, and you can't be overspending. You got to think about it. Why would you put $1,000 worth of stuff on a credit card? How you gonna pay that back? Like, if you didn't have the money to pay for whatever you're trying to do, then maybe you don't need it. Like, you have to get serious and make a budget with your finances. Oh, this the biggest thing, y'all. Save money for a down payment. Because even though I went through the Georgia Dream program, they was only offering like $10,000. And there are other programs out there, but you just never know. Like, what if you're $10,000 away from that home that you want? Like, it counts. So you want to at least make sure you have $5,000 to maybe $10,000 sitting in the bank to be like, yeah, I got it. Boom, let's close this deal. You know, like, you got to start when you get them tax returns, save half of it. Something like that. Like, start saving. Save $2,000. I don't care if it's $2,000 that you save from taxes, and then you save $1,000 throughout the year for the next 2 years. Now you got $4,000. Like, at least you have something. You might, because to get to that closing table, you might need a couple $1,000s. Like, seriously, because that's where I was. Like, all the houses that I was trying to get was like maybe a couple thousand over what the loan amount was for. So I still, like, even though I was getting assistance, I still might need a couple thousand here and there. Like, you need money saved up. Don't think like, and that's the thing why a lot of these deals don't go through. You coming to the table with no money down. You just filed a bankruptcy. Your credit is poor. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to come with something, whether if it's a good credit score, whether if it's a down payment, you got to come with something, especially cash. Do not get any new debt like credit cards. Now, I did get new credit cards, but that's because I know how to handle my credit cards and I use them properly. I use them to actually pay my bills, and then I just pay my credit card back type of thing. And that's where the budget comes in at. So you just got to be strategic with your credit cards. Like, don't get a credit card and then go put a vacation on there knowing you can't afford no vacation type of thing. So, and then, oh, the student loans. So this is and I'm gonna wrap this video up, y'all, because I gotta get up out of here. I am so busy today. But this is the biggest thing that slowed me down with applying, is the student loans. So for one, if you're in default with your student loans, you can just forget about it. I don't think it's gonna work for you. But if you have student loans and your payment is zero, that is going to be an issue. So if your payment is zero, then they have to calculate that debt. They're going to take 10% of the total debt. So say you owe $50,000 in student loans, and but your payment is zero. So you like, oh, well, my payment is zero, I don't have to count that. No, then they're going to take it upon themselves to take 10% of your debt as the payment amount. So 10%, what's 10% of 50,000? 500, maybe something like that. So they're gonna have to assume that you're paying $500 a month to your student loan, which then hurts your debt to income ratio, because now you got your $500 student loan plus your $700 car note. Now in their mind, you got $1,200 of debt monthly, and let's say you only making $3,000 per month. So now it's looking like you can't afford that much of a house type of thing. Like, I hope that makes sense. But so when it comes to the student loans, because I had to do this, like, even though my payment was zero, I literally had to recalculate my student loan payment and make it to where I do pay something. Not like, oh, I'm just voluntarily making a payment, but like when the statement comes out, it shows that yes, I have to pay $25 a month or $30 a month. Like, you have to get your student loans in order, and you have to have a payment amount. Your payment cannot be zero for your student loans. Even if your payment is $2, whatever it is, they would prefer to take that $30 a month for your student loans rather than them calculating it themselves. So I hope that makes sense. But that was something that really slowed me down, because it took a while for them to recalculate my student loan payment. That took like almost 4 weeks because of all the craziness that was going on with the student loans and Trump and, you know, all that different thing they got going on with that. So y'all, I'm kind of excited. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So the dilemma is just the fact that, you know, I live in a really nice area here in Atlanta. The houses in this area is literally all starting at like 500,000 and up. Like, it's houses down the street from me that's 700,000, 800,000. Up the street that way, it's $1 million homes. Like, and the thing is, I don't want to downgrade myself just to get into a house. Like, y'all should have seen the areas that I would have to move into if I was going to get a $220,000 house. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I refuse to do that. I'm not finna downgrade just to be in a house, you know? Right now, I'm just weighing my options, just taking it slow. I'm not really sure what to do, so I'm not going to do anything right now, but I did want to share that with y'all because it is exciting. But at the same time, I don't know, I like where I live, and I know it's small, but we're gonna have to make it work for the time being. My kids, you know, they already got their school situation set up, and I like the schools that they are at. They in really good school districts, and so I just don't want to make too many changes. Like, because I didn't grow up like that. Like, I went to the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school in my district, you know, in order, and it just, I don't know, it just provide stability. And, you know, I don't want to just like uproot my whole life and move into a situation that I'm not 100% happy with. Like, I don't want to just move somewhere just because that's the only thing that I can afford, you know, type of thing. So my goal right now is to increase my income, because that's really the main problem. If my income was more, if I was making more money, then of course I can get approved for a larger home loan, right? And so that's where I'm at right now. And then two, I don't want to just jump out into the home loan until I know my income is stable, something that I can depend on. Y'all know these jobs, you can't even depend on these jobs. They laying off people left and right, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm honestly, I'm scared to make a move. I honestly am, until I get more stable, more income, more money in the bank or whatever. So but yeah, so that's my little good news for today. I just wanted to share that with y'all. But anyway, y'all, I'm headed out. Make sure you like this video. I forgot to say that at the beginning, y'all. Make sure you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. And if you have not, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.